Hey, what's going on YouTube? RMMO25 here bringing you a deck profile. Basically, I was asked to have a deck profile on one of the decks that I've been using the most lately, and that will be Landorus, Raichu, Mewtwo, and Garbodor. Pretty much that is what I'm going to go through right now. And let's start with the Pokemon line. Basically, I run three... I'm sorry guys. Sorry. 3 Landorus EX because Landorus is just great with 1 energy, Hypnotoxic Laser, and Muscle Band. It can pretty much deal 110 damage with just 1 energy, which is huge. Obviously, you need a lot of stuff, but that's the damage output that you can get for just 1 energy. That's huge right now. 3 Pikachus, 2 Raichus, pretty much standard in every single deck that uses Raichu nowadays. 3 Mewtwo EX because Mewtwo is great and Muscle Band has made Mewtwo even better. And for the last and to top on the cake of this deck, we will say 2 Trubbish, 2 Garbodor, pretty much standard in every single Garbodor deck. That's my whole Pokemon line. Basically, that is to allow me to get fast damage, to deal with Lugias and Yveltals, and to pretty much attack every other thing right there. These two are to deal with things like basically Blastoise decks, Raybor decks, and sometimes Vivician Genesect decks, because these two allow me to play Hypnotoxic Laser and get that extra damage that I need in order to win the game. So let's go and see the trainer line. 35 trainers, that is pretty well. I was going to say it's a lot, but no, it's pretty standard right now. 2 escape ropes, just because escape rope is very good, especially because we are not prepared. Really, a lot of the times we are not prepared to face escape rope to the face, because sometimes we have to sack things because of this card. That is why escape rope is great in this deck. 4 Hypnotoxic Lasers because I want to have that extra damage. 2 level balls because that will allow me to look out for my Pikachus, my Raichus, and my Trubbish. And 2 is pretty much fine. 1 Professor's Letter. I don't think I have seen a deck nowadays that does not run even 1 Professor's Letter, so that has become a staple. Staple, I don't know how you pronounce that. Scramble Switch, I have always thought that the best ace spec for Mewtwo decks, because that is a Mewtwo deck, is Scramble Switch, because Scramble Switch allows you to get Super Mewtwo's out of nowhere. And it allows you to save energy, so that is why Scramble Switch is great. And also it gives you free switch even when you don't want to do it. 1 Super Rod because getting back stuff like my Garbodors is always great. 1 switch, 2 Scrapper. This 2 Scrapper is most likely to get rid of opposing Muscle Bands, because opposing Muscle Bands are very, very annoying. And for the rest, 2 Ultra Balls, just because I want to be able to look for other stuff. At first I was running a 2 and 1 Heavy Ball, but in the end Heavy Ball always was being discarded, so I decided to pretty much get rid of that and stay with 2 and 2. My supporter line is also very standard. 2 Colress, 4 In, 4 Juniper, 2 Skylas. Colress is great because pretty much you want to have a full bench in order to have Raichu to really do something. And Skyla is also great because it allows you to look for whatever you need. As you can see, most of your deck in this case is either item or supporter or stadium, and Skyla pretty much allows you to go for whatever you want or whatever you need at the moment. So far I think 2-2 is the best way to go. Yeah, I've done some testing with this too, but I tried 3 Colress, that didn't work. I tried 3 Skylights, that didn't work. So 2 and 2 has been working great for me. That's why I keep that split. This card is maybe at a very low amount in my deck right now. To Beerbank City Gym, that's pretty much very low by today's standards, but since there are so many Evil Tail decks out there and they are running this thing, you won't really need that many. Most likely you will be using your opponents. So that is why I decided to keep only 2. And for my tools, because Garbodor needs tools, and in order to get more damage I need tools, I decided to have 3 Floatstone and 3 Muscle Band. These are supposed to be on Garbodor, but a lot of the times you will be attaching these into your active Pokemon, so you can get that free retreat. And believe it or not, a few times you will be attaching Muscle Man to your Garbodor just to get that Hovertoxin ready when you need it. And finally, but not least, my energy, which will be split of 6 fighting energy and 4 double colorless energy. Not a lot, but since my deck pretty much relies on only 1 energy in order to do damage, 10 energy is more than okay to be able to do what you need. I'm sorry guys, and pretty much that is the game. Very easy, very straightforward, and very simple deck. Yeah, this is more likely an anti-meta deck that deals with Darkrai and Thundurus, that deals with Lugia and Yveltal, and that tries to deal with everything else. Pretty much. Anyway guys, that was the deck, and before I go, let me show you that really this deck puts on some work. Here we go. As you can see, I've played that many times and supposedly I have only lost 4 games. So that's it. That was Raichu, Landorus, Mewtwo, and Garbodor. I think this deck will do good after Flash Fire. It will have a few adjustments obviously, but I think it's a good contender. At least I don't think it will disappear after the release of Flash Fire. So feel free to try it. Feel free to tell me what do you think about the deck if you are going to try it. So now I can finally tell you, I will see you all next time.